Alright, people. So I'm here to break down another article. I mean, I did a lot of these for the border, crisis and all the illegals coming in. And not a lot of people view them, but I mean, if you don't want to view them and if you want to keep doing your thing, being asleep, paying attention to random shit that doesn't matter in the world, I mean, be my guest. But as an American citizen, I feel it's my duty. It should be everybody else's duty to pay attention to everything that's going on in the world, especially the important shit like what your government's doing. And when they do bad shit, well, if they do good shit, say it. But if they do bad shit, say it 10 times over, because that needs to be exposed. So I think it's my duty to expose the shit that they do. In this article on Yahoo, you know, Obama, actually it's from Reuters, Yahoo linked to it. It says Obama says Europe should see downed jet as a wake-up call. What? I mean, this is fucking ridiculous. First off, we don't know who did it. So, I mean, to say Europe should see it as a wake-up call, or say, oh, the situation is escalating. I mean, he's acting like Europe should do something about it, you know, implying that we should start a fucking another world war over this. I mean, this guy is crazy. When we started this fucking conflict, to begin with, I mean, I made a video on that. You can go check it out. I broke down the whole situation. And even in my Malaysian, I talked about it in my Malaysian airplane video. Talking about how that got shot down. I explained how we started this fucking revolt in Ukraine. We funded it. We didn't fund it, I guess, but we like met with the people. I mean, we helped it go. We pretty much, we're behind it. And now Obama is like, oh, we gotta wake up to, we gotta fucking do shit, just to, do more shit, become, just pretty much start a war, I guess. That's what he's saying. Escalate the situation. He's pretty much saying, and, it's scary. What this is. Where this thing's going. When it's been pretty much proven that we started this, the West started this fucking conflict. I mean, it's just mind-boggling, like how much hypocrisy this guy speaks. I'm just reading this article. He calls it a global crisis. Yeah, you know what is a global crisis? How you fund all this fucking shit and you cause all this shit to happen. That's a global crisis. Obama, you create a global crisis, not the fucking jet coming down. You, my friend, are responsible for a lot of the global crisis that is happening in the world right now. It's just And it said Obama spoke with the German Chancellor, uh, and they discussed the need for an internal or an international investigation. Yeah, because we know over history governments have done a great job, especially the American government has done a great job of investigating shit. Let's go back to 9/11, where that investigation was underfunded, underfunded, is that even a word, underfunded? It wasn't funded enough, um, and it was just a piece of shit investigation. Um, and even 6 out of the 10 9/11 investigators came out and said, hey, the story's a complete fraud, pretty much. Um, so yeah, governments have not done a great job of investigating shit. And even the investigation into Bill Clinton and his whole sex scandal was more funded. Had more money than the 9/11 investigation by far. So, I mean, governments, most government investigations are there to, you know, validate what they said, what they've already said. I mean, the 9/11 investigation came out fucking in 04 and it started, I believe, in 02. It started over a year after the actual event happened. The 9/11 investigation should have started, days after fucking 9/11. Bush didn't even allow one to happen. I mean, he didn't want one to happen, obviously, because it didn't start until a year after. It should have started days after, or at least in the very near future, you know, to see it, to launch a legitimate investigation. But nope, we know that Osama did it, and then, but we don't. If you go to the terrorist list on the government website, I mean, you could have looked up Bin Laden, and they don't credit him for the 9/11 for doing 9/11, and then they were asked about it, and they said we don't have enough evidence to convict him of doing it. So there you go. They admit that we don't know who did 9/11. Even the government admits it. So I mean, most government investigations are just there to, validate what they said. And if all investigations, I believe, should be done by a private company, not the government, because the government is not going to reveal that they lied about something, people. I mean, so when they say, "Oh, it's the official story," it's no, it's the government story. When somebody says official, it means, to me, that means it's the truth, and what the government says is not the truth. They're saying, Russia. I hate people that are already saying Russia did it, because when you ask them, how do you know that? Because the government told me so. Yeah, because the government's never lied before. I mean, it just blows my mind too. The government has had a proven record of lying in numerous occasions. But whenever they say something, major news, people are like, oh, that's a big thing. It must be true. Like when Bin Laden was killed, the government says it. It must be true. I think people just believe the government will only lie about small things, but when it comes to bigger issues, they think the government's not gonna lie. But I got news for you, people. They do lie. They lie about a lot of big things, and yeah, do your own research and just don't believe what the government tells you. Wake up, people. Just look into government corruption. I hope, people become just, more awake to this shit, because I see a lot of people just dead. It seems like not paying attention to this shit, and they don't give a fuck about anything that's happening around the world. All they care about is sports and shit like that. So I really hope that people are waking up, and I think they are. I hope it just happens at a faster pace. So there you go, people. There's my thoughts on Obama. Pretty over. Yeah, we're Europe. You gotta wake up. You know, you know who it needs to wake up? The American people, and realize that Obama's a fucking traitor, criminal, and just a fucking retard, pretty much. So there you go, people. There's my stop.